we're here at Farringdon and we are going to be doing a race. 3, 2, 1, go!
Good news, everyone. I did a little bit of running and I managed to get an earlier train than I thought I would.
Would it be considered disrespectful if I got a chocolate now before I got there?
So if I lose, I could get double humiliated.
Oh my god, we have a winner!
I really hope they're not just waiting on the platform to talk. Oh my god. Oh my god. Well, unfortunately, it looks like I have lost, because damn it, no. Bye. Oh my god.
Hello and welcome back to the TFL3.
We are here at East Croydon and we are going to be doing a race to see which way is faster to Watford Junction. I'm going to be taking Southern.
I'm going to be taking Thameslink and LNWR.
Let's go!
Indeed.
So in this race, I'm going to be taking Southern on its hourly service from East Croydon direct to Watford Junction via Clapham Junction and Kensington Olympia, while Daniel is going to be taking Thameslink to St Pancras and then transferring to Euston to get London Northwestern to Watford Junction. Anyway, let's get this started.
We were going to go through the main entrance on the main street with the tram, but I didn't know there was a little back entrance to East Croydon, so that's kind of cool.
Indeed there is.
And there's Daniel heading off. We've not started yet, we're just walking to the station. We're just coming in, we're about to go through the barrier. Yeah. Apparently both our trains are on the same platform. I'm getting the 11:10.
Yeah, I'm getting the 11:15. I'm getting one that's 5 minutes later. So, because it will mean that, because obviously I've got to change at St Pancras, I've got to run to Euston.
Yeah, so that's the case, anyway.
It's obviously like that will give me the best connection, hopefully.
Cool.
Southern service, Watford Junction, via Soho.
My train's now been moved to platform 1, which it's cross-platform, so.
Yeah. My train's here, it's 11:05, my train leaves in 5 minutes. I've got to head off. Best of luck, Daniel. See you at Watford.
Indeed. Bye-bye now.
Hey, so we are on board this 377/7 here to Watford Junction. Now, I'm going to be taking a direct route to Watford Junction. We're going to be going up the Brighton Main Line, Clapham, Victoria branch to Clapham Junction. Then we go up the West London Line alongside the Overground to Shepherd's Bush, and then at Willesden we switch from third rail to overhead, and then we transition onto the West Coast Main Line up through Wembley, Harrow, and then onto Watford. So yeah. I've got to get revenge for last time I raced Daniel, where he beat me considerably, so let's hope we've got a slightly closer contest this time.
It's been a couple of minutes. Hugh's train hasn't left yet. You'll love to see it. Actually, maybe I shouldn't get so cocky at this early on.
We have just left East Croydon, I think slightly late, like about a minute, but we are now on our way to Watford Junction. First bit of the journey is just a generic southern journey into Victoria. We stop at pretty much all the main stations, except Wandsworth Common, I think. So I might not film much of that. I'll film a bit just to show progress, but we truly get onto the cool bits of this service when we get to Clapham Junction.
Looking like this train's going to be quite busy. You probably won't hear much from me until St Pancras, when I've got to change to either the Northern Line or just run. So let's get on. Managed to get a seat against all odds.
So the train got pretty busy at Norbury, so I'm just going to move down a few carriages to find a slightly better place to film. Also, I think at Watford, in order to get the best exit, you need to be in the rear car of the 377 because Southern pulls in on the far side.
I am not a fan of how slow this train is going. We're already about 5 minutes late. However, the benefit for me is that I can make the time back up in connections. You can't, because Hugh's train is direct. So, yeah, hopefully I should still be fine.
So if you just heard there, we're at Streatham Common right now, and the next stop is Balham and then Clapham Junction. So we're making nice, slow progress. This train journey takes just over an hour, I believe. And we mainly hit the slow point once we get north of Shepherd's Bush, because we've got a very complicated bit of shunting to do to swap traction modes and then get onto the West Coast main line. So we'll slow down a bit there, but anyway, we're just about to leave Streatham Common. Next stop, Balham.
Maybe filming this video on a Saturday morning wasn't the best move. This train is so loud. I cannot wait to get to St Pancras. Simply to get off this train, not even for the race.
So as you just heard, we're coming into Clapham Junction. This is where we branch off of the Brighton main line and onto the West London line alongside the Overground. And we actually, I think, pull into a special platform here at Clapham Junction, which is just for this service, just for the track link that goes up to Imperial Wharf. So that's pretty awesome.
Huntington and the next train is we are here.
So we've made it to Clapham Junction. This is where, of course, we leave the BML. Now, I think from prior experience, we wait here for a little bit just to let a bunch of passengers get on and all that. So this could give Daniel a bit of an advantage. I don't know, but either way, this is going to be a good one.
Leaving London Bridge now. Thankfully, a lot of the most noisy people have gotten off the train. No idea if you can actually hear me at any of those clips, but yeah, getting off at St Pancras, so yeah.
The guard's just been on the PA saying that we're going to be leaving in about 3 minutes, so this is a bit of a joke point.
Circle and District lines. Exit here for...
Finally escaped the hellhole that is Clapham Junction, and we are now on the on some track that this service uses pretty much exclusively, excluding freight trains obviously, that goes onto the West London line. Now, if you don't know what the West London line is, it's the overground between Clapham Junction and Euston Junction. So we get to go over the Thames in a minute.
Just leaving Farringdon. Next stop, St Pancras.
So as we pull into West Brompton, I have actually just found out that today, May the 11th, is National Train Day. Perfect day to do this, I think.
Alright, pulling into St Pancras. Right, let's go. Right, we've got to run to Euston from here to be able to get LNWR. So I have no idea if anything I actually said on the train picked up. However, if it didn't, so I've got to get to Euston from here. Obviously, I've just come into St Pancras, that's behind me. Now I've got to run down this busy road to get to Euston to get my LNWR service to Watford Junction, and hopefully everything will be okay. Anyway, I've got to get back to running.
So we've just arrived at Shepherd's Bush, and this is where we leave the third rail network, well just north of here actually, towards Willesden. We leave the third rail network and we head on to the West Coast main line. Now, this is probably the longest distance between the two stops on this. We go non-stop from here to Wembley Central, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, this is where the journey gets mega interesting.
If you see something that doesn't look right, report it to a member of staff.
So we've just stopped just north of Shepherd's Bush, and this is where we change from third rail to overhead electric. So we slow down a bit here as we have to shunt through Old Oak Common and Willesden to get onto the West Coast main line. So yeah, Daniel can catch up here.
just like at that kitchen. It was like I was.
Everyone's favourite London terminus.
So we've just passing Willesden Junction, which is just up there, and that right there, right next to me, is the West Coast Main Line. So, final stage.
That's the one. Watford Junction. Yes, this is my train.
And another busy train. Typical.
Got the sunnies back on. I don't know where the hell Daniel is. He's probably, I'd imagine, already at Euston by now, waiting to get his train. Now, the thing is, he's getting an LNWR train, which is going, I believe, straight to Hertfordshire and Wealdstone. So unlike me, it doesn't, my train, it doesn't stop at Wembley Central. So he's got a slightly faster service, but we'll see what the outcome is when we get to Watford. But I'm feeling pretty alright about this. I think it's going to be closer than last time.
Finally leaving Euston. On time at least.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard this London Northwestern Railway.
I'm seeing some LNWR at 7:30s now, so that's cool.
Filling up my blinds and looking out. But the light pollution in
Wembley Central, getting an awkward shot out of the train. Yeah, quite cool stopping here. Anyway, next stop, Hertfordshire and Wealdstone. So as both Hugh and Daniel were barrelling up the West Coast Main Line, Hugh was unaware that a major sting operation had been planned. And that sting operation involved somebody who appears quite frequently on this channel. I'm pretty sure you know who that is.
Who have I ever bumped into on this train?
So I was supposed to be the one at Watford Junction, but my train to Watford Junction got cancelled, the Victoria line got delayed, and everyone was getting in my way. So
Everything's been busy today.
I'm now on Daniel's train.
The perils of filming on a Saturday when it's above 15 degrees in Britain.
The West Coast Main Line is completely down, by the way. Like, everything is delayed.
Our train isn't yet, fingers crossed.
Hopefully this train doesn't get more delayed, but I'm not holding out hope.
Yeah, I'm not feeling very good about this race at this point.
Yeah.
But nothing has gone my way.
Nothing has gone my way either.
Also, if you're wondering why there isn't as much content from Daniel from this point forward, it's due to the fact that there were many, and I do mean many, gaffed takes. I must say, being on a 377 on the West Coast Main Line is still a bit weird. We are pulling in right now into our penultimate stop on this journey, Hertfordshire and Wealdstone. So, well, that's all to play for now. One stop to go. We are approaching the finish line. Now, I don't know what the situation is. I'm pretty confident that I've come out on top, but we'll see, because it'll still be a pretty close finish, I think. But we'll see what happens when we get to Watford. But it's going to be a good race. Okay, so as I said, we are now pulling into Watford Junction, which means we will finally find out who is victorious in this glorious race from South London's busiest interchange to North London's busiest interchange. Please, dear Lord, can I get revenge for Plumstead? Please may Daniel not be there already. Anyway, we shall find out in a matter of minutes.
To Watford. You don't actually know she's here?
Yes, funny thing, I was, so Daniel and I planned this out like 2 days ago, and he doesn't know that I was supposed to be there.
Yeah, so we're going to pretend that we didn't see each other.
Yes, we're going to pretend
and it'll be fun.
I am now preparing for a pretty hefty run. Me and Daniel agreed before we started filming that the finish line will be platform number 8 at Watford Junction, as that is where Daniel's train is supposed to be arriving. So I'm going to have to run from the far side of the station to platform 8. Right, okay, here we go. Right, let's go. we've made it to Watford Junction. Sorry, it's slightly hard to do this filming while I'm running, but we got to get over to platform 8, which is just over there where Daniel's train is pulling in or has pulled in. I don't know whether he's here or not. Here we go. Wait, that said, train to Milton Keynes. Okay, now on the platform. Oh my god, I don't think he's here. I don't think he's here. I don't think he's here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it looks like I have been victorious. We have arrived at Watford Junction, platform 8, and Daniel is not here, but it looks like the margin is pretty damn close, because I think literally the train he is on is approaching right now, so whew. So it's not going to be a cakewalk kind of victory, but it's a close one nonetheless. Anyway, you'll probably see me next when Daniel arrives. Looking right there, there is a London Northwestern Railway to 0. Actually, as a 390 passes. There you go. But there is a London Northwestern Railway to 0, and I believe Daniel is on board.
Yeah, he's here. I mean, I knew he never stood a chance, but yeah.
He knows what all right. Yeah, there he is. He's also filming. Well.
And well, there he is. I lost. Wait, what the heck are you doing here? Get out.
Good game.
Yep.
I beat you by about 3 or 4 minutes.
Whatever. No, we didn't have much chance anyway, did we?
No. Well, we've now answered the question.
Yep.
The fastest way.
Yep, the southern train is fast.
We now know which is faster to get from East Croydon to Watford Junction.
It's the Southern service, and somehow she's here for some reason. I've got no idea why.
However, obviously that train is hourly, and I was disadvantaged by delays, so obviously bear that in mind.
So it was a slightly unfair contest, but
hey ho.
Whatever. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys. See you in the next video.
Thank you to the patrons and YouTube members, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye now.